Hey YouTube, good morning. Good morning. Well, it's morning time, my time. I'm not sure what time it is for you all or what time you all may receive this video, but I just want to come before you all to share what I believe that the Lord has placed in my spirit. Um, and to be honest with you all, I kind of wrestled with it because much like as I have, shared before, I'm a very behind the scenes, a very quiet and private person. But I do believe that in this season, God is wanting for me to take the muzzle off of my mouth and to begin to share with Him the things that He has placed inside of my spirit. And so, one of the things that He wanted me to speak on, I believe, is the upcoming election, right? So, I know that, as we are approaching election day, a lot of people are undecided. A lot of people are divided as to how they will vote. You have some people who are Democrats who say that you're going to vote for Kamala Harris because of, the women's issues, because of the women's rights, because of other things. And Donald Trump, you have people on the other side saying that, as far as for the economy and, the beliefs that, may align with the Republican agenda, people are voting for them. And so I just want to share with you all who I'm voting for. So, just going a little backstory, just leading up to the election, one thing that I began to find and realize is that these people will worry the heck out of you. Literally. I've had so many people call, so many people text, even showing up to our home, which to me, personally, I kind of feel like at a certain time it becomes kind of like an invasion, because it's just kind of like, okay, why am I being pressured so much to vote? And I get that voting is absolutely important. It's important that we go and we cast a ballot, because of, number one, especially as Black people, we wasn't always given the right to vote. And so now that we are, I believe that it's absolutely important that we do go forth and, cast in our ballot. It is important. But to the extent that, I feel like we have been pushed into doing it, it kind of made me a little uncomfortable. Just a funny story. We had some, people coming by every day, to ring the doorbell or knock on the door to see and check to see if we voted and ask us different questions. And like I say, I don't get upset with them because I understand, they're trying to make a living too. They're supporting what they believe is the right thing to do. So I would never get down on anybody. But, a friendly way that we tried to resolve that is we just tried to put like a no soliciting sign in our front yard so that we can kind of, say, hey, like, we don't need y'all come by here every day to see whether we're gonna vote or not. Like, so we did put the no soliciting sign out there, and so my husband had me laughing because he was like, I wish one of them would come back by here. I wish one of them would, And so I was like, well, Perel, just kind of chill. My husband's name is Perel. It's like, just kind of chill. You don't want to be mean and nasty. We just want to kind of let them know, like, we don't want y'all to keep coming by our home. And it's not just them. We live in a neighborhood to where we have other solicitors that come by on a regular basis. And it's like they go past everybody's house and they come straight to ours. So it wasn't just for, the people who are campaigning or asking for votes. It was for pretty much all solicitors. So anyway, he had me laughing because I was leaving to go somewhere. And so I saw him at the top of our street. And so they was like looking at me and I was looking at them. And so I kind of like chuckled in my head because I'm like, they coming straight to our house. And sure enough, I called my husband to warn him. And of course, he was prepared because he was like, if they come over here after I got this no solicitation sign, I'm a da-da-da-da. And so I'm like, okay. So of course they came by and he did let them know in a friendly but not so friendly way. Like, hey, like, y'all don't need to keep coming by here. Like, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. Like, you don't have to keep coming by here. So anyway, I'm saying that to say, like I say, like I say, with the commercials, with the news, with the media, we're constantly reminded that we need to vote. and it's either you're voting this side or you're voting that side, right? And so, just, really praying, like I say, on one side, like I say, I disagree with both parties, if I could just be honest. Like, there are some things that I agree with certain parties, and some things I agree with on other parties, and the things that I don't agree on one party is the same thing or things I don't agree with the other party. So I see the pros and cons to both sides. But one thing I found was that, like, none of their agendas really align with the kingdom. Neither one of them align with the principles of God, right? Neither one. It's both are kind of in there, kind of not in there, and it's like, it just didn't sit well with me. So last week, of course, we had the early voting, and so my husband's like, well, Brittany, are you want to vote? And so to be honest with you, I was very undecided, because it's kind of like, I knew that I didn't want to vote for a certain party, but I didn't feel 100% comfortable with voting for another party. And so I was like, well, I was kind of like pushing it off and off and off. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get time to figure it out. And so on this particular morning, when he asked me if I wanted to go vote, I said, well, okay, let's go. And so when we went, I was literally there at the voting location. And I was still kind of like up in the air, like, okay, what am I going to do? Like, am I going to vote for this side or am I going to vote for that side? Am I going to go along with this, or I'm going to go along with that? And so, as I'm getting up there and I'm putting my card in and I'm getting ready to choose. And of course, when you first put your card in, the first questions that they ask, and they give you the line of the presidential race, who's running for president. And I just want to add one thing too, is that what I've noticed as well is that they really only promote two of the candidates, but there were several other candidates on the ballot that I had no idea was running for the presidency. That's why sometimes with me, I feel like it's all an agenda to push us one way or the other way, really to keep us divided. Dr. Cornel West, I believe his name is, I never even knew he was running, and to be honest with you, I don't know a lot about what his agenda is, but like I say, the media doesn't really push the other candidates that are running. They just tell us, like I say, either you're voting Democrat or you're voting Republican, but they don't really put the other candidates in what their agendas are or on the forefront as well. We don't see very much of them, so we can have a choice between not just one or two. We have multiple choices. And I guess, it's our due diligence, right, to research and know all the candidates on the ballot. And, I take responsibility for that, because like I say, I'm learning that as I get older, I do have to make sure that I'm more aware of, what's going on within our government. A lot of times we're taught just to go along with whoever's the president, this, that, and the third. But in politics are so important. And a lot of times, especially me, I can be honest in this, I know absolutely nothing about anything. I don't know anything about my state representatives. I don't know much about, my local representatives. I don't know much about, of course, the government. I don't know. And so it's like, it's truly a situation to where I have to take accountability for the fact that I have to be more, I have to do my research. I have to make sure that I am more knowledgeable in that area. But anyway, so, I'm there and I'm getting ready to vote. And like I say, I'm still like, okay, well, who should I vote for? Like, should I put this, that, third? And so, of course, I see write-in. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to vote for either one of them. Like, I'm going to write in. And so literally, y'all, I wrote in Jesus. That's who I vote for. My vote is for Jesus, because in this time, in this season, like, that is truly who we need. Like I say, they try to feed us, well, the lesser of two evils. And it's like, I don't want to choose the lesser of two evils. I'd rather go with who and what is good. And, and I'm believing that, like I say, Jesus, his kingdom is gonna come. Like, he's gonna reign in the earth again. You know, he's gonna come back and he's gonna show us what it really looks like to run a true governmental system that is right and that is righteous. Like I said, we don't have to choose between the lesser of two evils. We don't have to choose between um the wrong or more wrong. You know, we going with what is right. So I literally wrote in my ballot as the president as Jesus. And so, like I said, I'm just saying that to say, like I say, you know, before, if you all haven't gotten a chance to vote yet, as you get ready to prepare to vote, pray about it. You know, especially, like I say, if you are followers of Christ, like, make sure you are praying about who you should be voting for. Don't go with who they say is the most this and who is that and this, that, and the third. Pray for who you believe that God would have you to would be the best for this country, for the kingdom of God. Like, you know, and don't feel pressure to believe that, oh, I just have to vote between this person and this person. That's that. No, it's more. Number one, it's more candidates on the ballot. Look at the ballot. Research the people that's on the ballot. See if they more align with the principles of God. And if they feel like they do, then, you know, cast your vote for them. So, like I say, don't be feel pressured to just, again, choosing one way or the other. Like, you have choices. And if you know, feel like me, just write it in. Just write in who you feel like should be on the ballot. You know, and so, like I said, I just wanted to share that with you all, that, you know, I love y'all, and I pray and believe that, you know, whoever is chosen as the president, you know, I just pray that God have grace on us. You know, he has grace on us all, because truly we're living in a country that is falling to pieces. And it's falling to pieces because, again, it's not aligned with the principles of God. And so, like I say, I just pray that, you know, we will begin to get in line, get ourselves together, you know, stop straying away from what God has given us to do. Like, you know, we will stay in line. We will stop blurring the lines as it relates to, you know, God. You know, we'll begin to know and to go forth in what he has told us to do in the right way that we should be doing it. And so, I love you all. Like I said, I don't want to drag this video out too long. I pray that y'all have a blessed day, a happy election, and y'all take care. Bye.